It's midnight and you're watching Nightline with me, Muhammed, Ahmad, Hamdan. The top stories. Zayn Ryan's murder case, 6 days remand extension granted against parents. And targeted diesel subsidy Ops Kesan 2.0 to commence on Saturday. Good morning. We begin with this headlining story. Police have obtained a 6-day remand order extension against the parents of Zayn Ryan Abdul Matin, who was found dead near a river at his home in Damansara Damai on December 6 last year. The couple's counsel Fahmi Abdul Mu'in said magistrates Aina Muhammad Kamal granted the extension following the expiration of an earlier 7-day remand. Earlier, the boys' parents, both aged 28, were brought to the court complex to have their remand order extended after the initial one granted on June 1st expired on Friday. It was reported that Zayn Ryan's father, Zaim Ikhwan Zahari, seemed visibly distressed as he entered the magistrate's courtroom in handcuffs. During the proceedings, family members and supporters of the victim's family gathered at the court complex entrance, holding banners that read "Justice for Ryan" and "Justice for Zaim and Isma" in reference to Zayn's mother, Ismanira Abdul Manaf. The couple had been arrested on May 31st at their family home in Puncak Alam. Zayn Ryan was found dead on December 6 last year at a stream near apartment in Damansara Damai after being reported missing the day before. The boy was confirmed to be killed based on the autopsy conducted, which found injuries to the neck and body. Ops Kesan 2.0 will commence on Saturday in preparation for the targeted diesel subsidy implementation. Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Minister Dr. Armizan Muhammad Ali said the operation aims to curb profiteering and price manipulation using the adjustments of diesel price at petrol stations as an excuse.
KPDN khususnya melalui bahagian penguasa telah memulakan persiapan dengan melaksanakan proses pengumpulan data iaitu harga, charge, perkhidmatan dan barangan sejak daripada 2 Mei yang lepas. Jadi kita laksanakan awal data collection supaya kita dapat mengumpul dalam sektor-sektor tertentu.
The ministry has also established a special task force consisting of 15 members at the headquarters level to coordinate and resolve issues arising from the implementation of the targeted diesel subsidy program. Additionally, the operation hours of the Enforcement Command Centre will be extended by 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily to ensure prompt investigation of complaints received regarding the subsidised diesel control system as well as price and service charge increase. Armizan said the ministry has also introduced standard operating procedures for managing complaints related to charges, prices and supply, including follow-up action that must be taken within 24 hours of receiving the complaints. The ministry has also provided a dedicated complaint channel for use by members of the public. Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim has reiterated that the government is firm in its stance to guarantee media freedom in the country. However, he said that freedom cannot be used to undermine the country's unity and harmony, including by stirring up race, religion and royalty, or 3R issues.
Anwar said the government always supported and defended the rights and freedom of the media in providing remands and criticisms, adding that this has been the case since before the country's independence. He also stated that his stance, as well as that of his cabinet, is that no actions are taken or controls imposed on the freedom of journalists and the media to express opinions, feedback and criticism.
Saya ingin beri jaminan bahawa semangat itu kekal, walaupun ia telah menimbulkan sedikit keresahan kerana ketegasan kita dalam menangani beberapa isu yang terkait dengan keselamatan, soal faham Chauvinisme dan perkauman, ataupun aliran pelampau agama.
The Prime Minister said this in his speech at the MPI Petronas Malaysian Journalism Awards 2023 ceremony in Kuala Lumpur on Friday night. The event witnessed several journalists from Media Prima Berhad's TV networks and publications receiving awards for their submissions. Among them are Nur Izzati Muhammad Rizan from TV9 and Cho Au Bin from 8TV, who won gold and bronze respectively in the Best Video News category. Meanwhile, this year's coveted Kajai Award was won by Vinotha Salvatore of Malaysia Kini through her work titled Exposed: Shackles of Rampant Modern-Day Slave Trading. A total of 488 media practitioners participated in 23 award categories, the highest since the event was introduced in 1980.
And earlier in the day, Anwar said the name of the candidate to be fielded by the unity government in the upcoming Sungai Bakap state by-election in Pulau Pinang will be announced next week. Anwar, who is also Pakatan Harapan chairman and PKR president, said the name of the candidate would be finalised at a meeting among unity government leaders soon.
Kita dah senarai, kita ambil calon yang layak, ramai yang layak, dan insya-Allah kita umum pada minggu depan. Okey. Tarikh saya minta Timbalan Presiden Rafizi umum tengok tarikh yang sesuai minggu depan.
Anwar told this to reporters after joining about 5,000 congregants in performing Friday prayers at Sultan Abdul Samad Mosque in Sepang, Selangor on Friday. On Thursday, the Election Commission EC set the polling day for the Sungai Bakap by-election on July 6th, while the nomination and early voting was set for June 22nd and July 2nd respectively. The Sungai Bakap state seat became vacant after the death of its incumbent, 56-year-old Nur Zamri Latif, on May 24th in the Seberang Jaya Hospital Intensive Care Unit due to stomach inflammation. The by-election will be the 8th held since the 15th general election in November 2022. The Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET field is open to all students regardless of academic qualifications. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Hamidi said this includes outstanding students who achieve straight A's in the Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM, especially those who excel in science, technology, engineering and mathematics or STEM subjects.
Kita tawarkan asalkan mereka mempunyai kemahiran 3M, membaca, menulis dan mengira. Saya fikir semuanya mempunyai kemahiran itu minimum dan kita tawarkan melalui kursus TVET ini agar masa depan mereka terjamin.
Zahid, who is also the National TVET Council Chairman, said this to reporters at the 2024 National TVET Day celebration held at the Kuala Langat Industrial Training Institute in Banting, Selangor on Friday. He also said that TVET should become the first choice for students, as the field could provide better career opportunities and higher salaries due to increasing demand for skilled workers across many businesses and industries. He added that there are 250,000 available places for TVET courses nationwide and approximately 280,000 applications have been received from last year's SPM graduates. He also expressed hope that at least 40% of them can begin their studies in the July intake session. The two-day celebration, which ends on Saturday, sees the participation of 48 exhibitors from various TVET institutions showcasing their products and fields of study and offering over 5,000 job opportunities. The draft amendments to the Medical Act 1971 have been completed to address issues related to the Parallel Pathway Programme. Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad said the draft had been submitted to the Attorney General's Chambers AGC for review.
Sebelum pada itu akan berlaku beberapa libat urus ya yang akan dibuat bersama dengan antara lainnya MMC, MQA, KPT dan pihak-pihak atau stakeholders yang lain, dan ketika telah siap kesemuanya maka kita akan bentangkan kepada Kabinet untuk RUU ini dibentangkan dalam sesi kedua penggal ketiga Parlimen ke-15 ini.
Dr. Zulkifli was met by reporters after officiating the opening of the Air Putih Health Clinic in Balik Pulau on Friday. He expressed hope that the amendment bill can be tabled in the first week of the sitting so that it can be debated in the third week. At the recent cabinet meeting, Dr. Zulkifli and Higher Education Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir jointly presented a memorandum related to the parallel pathway issue. There are currently 14 programs abroad and 29 master's programs in medicine conducted by 9 local universities. Now, in line with Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's recent call for serious reforms in Malaysia's pension and retirement framework, several experts have proposed that the Employees Provident Fund (EPF) consider introducing a monthly pension for senior citizens. According to them, the social pension scheme can be implemented if it receives support from the government, employers and EPF contributors. Retirement fund experts have noted that 8.5 million out of 24 million working-age Malaysians do not contribute to the EPF. Without EPF savings or a pension, there are concerns about their financial security when they reach retirement age. At the same time, over 6 million active EPF members lack sufficient funds for a comfortable retirement. Hence, the country requires a social pension scheme to support these individuals.
Create solidarity fund. We bring in this money that will give everyone contribute 550. In addition to that, because many women don't participate in the labor market, we're looking at Buntuan Warga Imas, which is JKM's assistance for senior citizen. It's already providing assistance senior citizen. How we can make it include not only bottom 40, but middle 40 as well.
Some countries like South Korea, the Philippines, Bangladesh and India have implemented a social pension scheme which is primarily funded through tax revenues.
So there's different ways of doing it, but typically they're tax funded. There can be, some countries, the terminology in pensions is often confusing, but sometimes it's just a normal tax, sometimes it's part of a social security contribution where, I pay my social security, part goes to the social pension to fund that, part goes just for me. And so there are different ways of doing it, but you need to find some source. And then within the government priorities, it depends how you raise the tax.
On Tuesday, Anwar said it is time for the country to embrace serious reforms in its pension and retirement framework to ensure financial security and equity for all Malaysians. The Prime Minister noted from a recent survey that 26.1% of respondents aged above 60 plan to continue working until their health deteriorates. This is due to the challenges they face in achieving income security to meet their retirement needs. And still to come, dozens more Palestinians killed as Israel batters central and South Gaza. Don't go away.
It's not just about the entertainment factor. It's about challenging perceptions and inspiring positive change.
Stars are created not just to twinkle in the sky.
Just think of the line that he wrote for me to say that's iconic.
Yeah.
Orang putih ke, orang hitam ke, orang coklat ke, itu semua Malaysia kan?
I think I was 9 years old. I went for an audition, which my sister told my mom, I think we should send her to do something. She's so loud.
Catch Women Talk this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3. Live stream on Tonton.
Lagu Top 5 Music 39. Semuanya dalam Music 39 Ahad ini jam 12.20 tengah hari di TV3 dan stream HD secara langsung di aplikasi Tonton.
Siapa peminat nombor 1 Aina Abdul, Dayang Nurfaizah, Naim Daniel dan Alif? 1, 2, 8 dan 9 Jun ini TV3 membawakan Arts and Lights Expressive Showcase di Museum Telekom Kuala Lumpur. Peminat bertuah boleh saksikan persembahan eksklusif mereka secara intimate tau. Macam mana? Layari je platform media sosial TV3. Selamat Hari TV3. #Inspirasi Generasi. Kami sentiasa bersamamu.
Foreign news. With a renewed ceasefire push in the 8-month-old Gaza war stalled, Israel bombarded central and southern areas again on Friday with tank forces advanced to the western edges of Rafah. According to Gaza's health ministry, 77 Palestinians have been killed and 221 were wounded in the enclave during the latest 24-hour reporting period. It was reported that 2 Palestinians had been killed and several wounded in western Rafah from tank shelling, while in central Gaza, at least 40 people died in the Zionist regime's bombardment. In the larger city of Khan Yunis, an Israeli airstrike on a house killed 8 people and wounded several, including children. In the meantime, US-backed Qatari and Egyptian mediators have tried again this week to reconcile clashing demands, preventing a halt to the hostilities and an untrammeled flow of aid into Gaza to alleviate a humanitarian disaster. However, sources close to the talks said there were still no signs of a breakthrough. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's National Democratic Alliance (NDA) formally presented its claim on Friday to form a government, as Modi promised that his new coalition of 15 parties would strive for unanimity and emerge successful. NDA leaders met President Draupadi Murmu and submitted the claim of the alliance led by Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) to run the world's most populous nation for the next 5 years. Murmu was expected to formally invite Modi to form a government later on Friday, and the swearing-in would be set for Sunday evening, making him Prime Minister for a historic 3rd consecutive term. It is the first time in a decade that the BJP, which won majorities outright in the previous 2 terms, needed the support of regional parties to form the government. The party secured only 240 seats in the lower house of parliament, far short of the 272 needed to govern on its own. In the meantime, Indian opposition leader Rahul Gandhi has demanded an investigation late on Thursday into a stock market crash that hit investors at the end of the general election. Gandhi accused top BJP leaders of making misleading predictions about stock prices surging after June 4th, the day the results were announced. He also claimed that Modi encouraged people to buy stocks before this, which led to them losing money when the market crashed. The opposition leader then alleged that weeks before election results, the party advised people to buy stocks before June 4th, suggesting that the market would surge after and anticipating a BJP victory. He has now demanded that a joint parliamentary committee, JPC, investigate the alleged scam and the role of Modi and senior ministers. The BJP, however, has denied the allegations. A workers' union at Samsung Electronics in South Korea went on strike on Friday, marking the first such walkout in the smartphone and chip-making giant's 55-year history. The National Samsung Electronics Union, whose roughly 28,000 members make up over a fifth of the firm's workforce, said it would stop work for a day to demand better pay. Vice President of the nationwide Samsung Electronics Union, Lee Hyun-kook, said the company does not value the union as a negotiating partner. Citing the heart of the issue, Lee stated that union workers received no bonuses last year, while some had gotten bonuses of as much as 30% of their salaries in the past. Samsung Electronics, in the meantime, said that it has been diligently engaging in negotiations with the union, claiming there is no impact on production and business activities. Two Malaysian doubles pairs storm into Indonesian semi-finals. Sports right after this breather.
Please don't make me wait.
I won't.
Bitawan mo ko! Kailangan niya malaman niya! Chris!
Dom, that's absolutely stupid! Why did you do that?
Nalog, di ba sinabi ko sa'yo? Huwag mo matita-tita talaga ang tigas-tigas ang ulo mo!
Let me explain.
Masihkah ada jalan untuk mereka kembali bersama? To Have and To Hold setiap Sabtu 12:30 hari di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Perkahwinan paling tidak direstui netizen, Syian Adam. Tapi, lagi kesian dapat suami red flag. Fenomena terbaru Akasia, Aku Bukan Ustazah. Langgan tonton dan layan 24 jam lebih awal. Istimewa hanya RM20 untuk 3 bulan dengan kod diskaun tonton ABU20. Langgan sekarang.
Sabtu lagi padu bila kita lepak sambil layan cerita pilihan di TV3. Bisu 1 Jun. Mingki 8 Jun. Jubah dari Mekah 15 Jun. Bila tiba saatnya 22 Jun. Kau Langit, Aku Laut 29 Jun. Stand by okey depan TV jam 2 petang di cerita pilihan TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
We're back with sports. Badminton, the 2024 Indonesia Open. Professional mixed doubles pair Tan Kian Meng Lai Peijing caused a major upset to reach the semi-finals on Friday. World number 21 Kian Meng Peijing needed only 38 minutes to defeat South Korea's 8 seeds Kim Won-ho, Jeong Na-yoon 21-8, 21-19 in the quarterfinals. The victory marks the third time Kian Meng Peijing have made it to the last 4 in a Super 1000 tournament. They will take on world number 5 Jiang Zhenbang Wei Yaxin of China for a place in the final on Saturday. Joining them were men's doubles pair Man Wei Chong Di Kai Wun. The world number 20 duo continued their superb run in the campaign when they came back from a set down to overcome Taiwan's Lu Jingyao Yang Po Han 21-17, 18-21, 21-10 after 57 minutes. They will play Sabar Karyaman Mohreza of Indonesia in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, Malaysia's interest in the men's singles event has ended with the defeats of Lee Zijia and Leong Junhao in the quarterfinals. World number 7 Zijia could not keep up with Thailand's world champion Kanlavut Vititsan and fell 16-21, 17-21. Junhao, meanwhile, found China's world number 4 Li Shifeng too hot to handle, losing in straight sets 11-21, 12-21 in 43 minutes. Also shown the exit were national top women's doubles pair Pearly Tan M. Tina. The world number 13 fought hard but was unable to avoid being eliminated by world number 1 Chen Qingchen Jia Yifan of China as they lost in straight sets 21-22, 18-21. Earlier national men's doubles pair Gozi Fei Nur Izzuddin Rumsani also gave their all but still fell 21-18, 18-21, 19-21 to world number 2 pair Liang Weikeng Wang Chang of China. Moving on to tennis, the 2024 Roland Garros Iga Świątek moved closer to a third successive title after cruising past American third seed Coco Gauff. 4 times Grand Slam champion Świątek's 6-2, 6-4 semi-final win was her 11th victory in 12 meetings with Gauff. But the 23-year-old Pole had to endure tough moments in the second set before matching her longest winning streak on clay. The world number 1 will now head into a Saturday showdown with 12th seed Jasmine Paolini. Earlier, Paolini crushed Russian teenager Mira Andreeva 6-3, 6-1 to bulldoze her way into the final and continue Italy's Roland Garros fairy tale. The 28-year-old is the first Italian player to reach the final on the Paris clay since doubles partner Sarah Arani in 2012. Coming up, enforcement officers among 7 remanded in smuggling ring bust. Don't go away.
Pencalonan baru Muzik 39 minggu ini.
We are the baddest.
Siapakah yang bakal menjuarai carta Top 20 Muzik 39 minggu ini?
Beraninya kau tikam belakangku. Tiada bintang kan bersinar walau berjurai.
Semuanya dalam Muzik 39 Ahad ini jam 12.20 tengah hari di TV3 dan stream HD secara langsung di aplikasi tonton.
Nak cari tempat untuk OOTD? Persembahan Cahaya Interaktif serius boleh buat gambar korang seleh habis. Raikan ulang tahun ke-40 TV3 dengan keajaiban pameran seni digital Immersio Inspirasi Generasi by TV3 dari 20 Mei hingga 9 Jun di Museum Telekom Kuala Lumpur. Jom, ajak family, kawan dan partner sekali, okey? Selamat Hari TV3! #Inspirasi Generasi. Kami sentiasa bersamamu.
Kau ada perasaan kat Nik? I think we need to do something. Dia tak boleh jumpa dengan budak tu.
Memang dia akan bawa masalah. Kalau orang tahu Ariana tu anak Rocky, kau ingat makcik bagi ke kau kawan dengan dia?
RM10,000. Cukup.
Penting sangat ke budak tu dengan kau?
Jangan cari aku lagi.
Hanif.
2 Darjat mulai 12 Jun. Setiap Isnin hingga Jumaat 7 malam. Terbaharu di Akasia TV3.
Thanks for staying with us. In Pulau Pinang, a technician has been charged with trafficking drugs and 6 pistols with 5 clips of ammunition at an apartment in Batu Uban, Gelugor. 38-year-old A. Prakash claimed trial to all the charges in 2 separate courts on Friday. The accused was charged in the Georgetown Sessions Court with trafficking the guns and ammunition under Section 7.1 of the Firearms Increased Penalties Act 1971, which carries the death penalty or life imprisonment and whipping of no fewer than 6 strokes upon conviction. Prakash was denied bail. The court fixed July 11th for mention. In the magistrate's court, he was charged with trafficking a total of 79.95 kilograms of amphetamine and heroin at the same apartment on the same day and time. He claimed trial to the offence under Section 39B, Bracket 1, Bracket A of the Dangerous Drugs Act, which also carries a discretionary death sentence upon conviction. The court fixed case mention on August 26, pending the chemist's report. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC has arrested 7 individuals suspected of colluding with a syndicate which smuggled in goods through Port Klang and evaded taxes estimated at 3.5 billion ringgit over the past 10 years. The suspects, comprising 3 enforcement agency officers, a company director and 3 company employees, were detained in Ops Transit on Thursday at several locations in Port Klang, Selangor. The 2 female and 5 male suspects, aged between their 30s and 50s, were brought to a Putrajaya Magistrates Court on Friday for the remand application. Magistrate Irza Zulaikah Rohanuddin granted a 3-day remand until Sunday. The syndicate is believed to have made false declarations in customs forms to avoid tax and import fees, which required permits from several agencies such as the Malaysian Quarantine and Inspection Services, MAKIS, and the Energy Commission. The syndicate's mastermind is a Singaporean citizen currently abroad on vacation with his family. The MACC has also frozen 9 bank accounts belonging to the company and the detained individuals. Last Wednesday, a special task force led by the MACC has detained 19 container lorries suspected of carrying various types of smuggled goods. Sources revealed that the syndicate owned more than 10 forwarding companies used to smuggle imported goods by submitting false tax declarations. Meanwhile, MACC Deputy Chief Commissioner Datuk Seri Ahmad Kushairi Yahya, when contacted, confirmed the arrests, saying the case is being investigated under Section 17B and 16A of the MACC Act 2009, as well as the Anti-Money Laundering Act, or AMLA 2001. Chinese drone maker DJI has completed the world's first drone delivery test on the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest. This historic milestone in aviation highlights the impressive capabilities of DJI Flycard 30, which can carry 15 kilograms payloads, even in the extreme altitude. Let's take a look as we wrap up Nightline this time around. With that, I'm Muhammed and thanks for tuning in and have a good weekend.